Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool North Electric Ericofon, and people pronounce it differently. This is the initial checkout of this telephone. This is Dan's equipment from Illinois. This telephone has some issues, and we're going to kind of go through the phone since this is the initial checkout. Now, we have a original line cord, but we have the 4-prong plug on it. So we want to replace that with a line port adapter so that Dan can simply plug this telephone into any modern jack, and we'll take care of that issue. We also want to give you a look at this unit. It's in very good condition for its age. Now the rotary is sluggish, so we want to go through the rotary. We want to clean, oil, and adjust the rotary. I also want to show you the inside. Now we have some contacts here, and they ride on the transmitter because the transmitter is in the shell or the cover of the telephone. Also, we have some contacts right here, and they're for the receive. We have a PC board here, and this is basically for the ring circuit. And what happens is they have a neon bulb here, and that can be eliminated. The neon bulb really pulls down the voltage for the ring cycle, and it's not needed. We want, by today's standards, this telephone to have as much ring cycle voltage as possible, because this is tied into the receive circuit, and your ring noise is generated through the receiver capsule. And so that's all tied together because there is no space in this telephone for a buzzer or any kind of a piezo buzzer situation. So what they did was they designed it so that the receive and ring circuit went through the receiver capsule. Now the problem is, and I want to give you a look at the back of this unit, the receiver capsule has such low volume you cannot hear who you're talking to. And I do believe this was an eBay purchase. That gives you kind of a look at what's going on there with the inside of the telephone. The issue is these covers, or the body for this type of telephone, is not meant to be taken apart. So when you have a receiver capsule in the cover of the telephone and it's not meant to take apart, the only way you can take this unit apart is with an Eversharp. I mean, you could do it other various ways, but I've repaired quite a few of these units with the same type of issue, and you have to take an Eversharp and you have to work it around this little plate for the receiver capsule. And it takes a couple of hours to get that worked free. And if you ever have to make a repair like this, expect some damage. I've never had them come off perfectly. So you will have some damage. It will take a couple of hours. It's not an easy repair. So it will take some time and some patience. And you will have some damage. You always do. Now, we do have this one free now, but as you can see, it took a chip out of the body or the cover of the telephone. We can pull that out, and I want to show you what the receiver capsule looks like. Now, this receiver capsule is also sealed into the little cover. And when they put the epoxy around this, it melds the plastic together, and as you can see, if you cut on this and try to free it up, you will always have spots and areas deeper than you can actually get into with an Eversharp, and so you always have some damage. Now we'll have to do some body work. It's not going to be perfect, but that's the only way that you're going to save this telephone, because you have to take the cover off to get the receiver capsule out, and it's epoxied in, and they didn't want you to change it. So we have to replace this receiver capsule with something pretty close or the same thing, because they've got that sealed in also, and you only have so much room inside this front cover. So it's just what you have to do to repair the telephone, unfortunately. So that gives you a look at the inside of the receiver capsule and the plate that covers it. We're going to go ahead and get a start on this unit. We'll come back and get some more video as we move forward in the repair and conversion of this really cool North Electric rotary telephone. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we're in the middle of the process of repairing and converting this telephone, and we're going to show a little bit about what's going on. Now, we've installed our modular port for the line cord, and we want to go ahead and plug that in. And earlier in the video, we showed that there was a neon bulb right in the PC board, and we want to go ahead and ring this unit. Now, you're not going to hear a ring cycle because there is no receiver capsule installed yet, but you will see the ring cycle go by because that light will light up. And we're going to eliminate that lamp because it pulls down the ring cycle voltage, and we don't really need that to occur. So we're going to eliminate the bulb, the lamp. We'll leave it in the circuit, but we're going to bypass it. And so we're going to use the analyzer, and we're going to send a ring cycle, and we'll show you what I'm talking about. And now you see the bulb light every time a ring cycle goes by. I'll let it go one more time, and we'll shut the ring cycle down. And since they're not using that light as any type of indicator, because it is inside the cover of the telephone, it's not of any use for any reason. We just want to eliminate the neon lamp. The other issue I want to go through is we're working on our receiver capsule. Now, I showed earlier that they epoxy the receiver capsule inside the front plate. And every one that I've ever taken apart and replaced, you always have to break the receiver capsule out because the epoxy is just too strong, and you'll never be able to pry or get underneath the receiver capsule to remove it. So now we have to work on the edges, and once we clean all of this up, we can replace our receiver capsule with a replacement. And so that kind of shows where we're at with that part of the repair and conversion. This is your connection point here for your receiver, and we've removed it from the old receiver capsule, and we want to replace it at this end to the new receiver capsule. And these two contacts here set right in this area in the cover of the telephone, and they connect to these two contacts, which brings your audio from your receiver down into your main PC board and the workings of our telephone. So this will be replaced back into the telephone, and we will replace our receiver capsule. We're going to finish this work up. We'll come back and get some more video as we move forward in the repair and conversion of this really cool telephone. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with the repair of this really cool telephone. And what we want to do is we want to start our final checkout, but I also want to mention our amplified pickup. that you see on the unit here, and that is used in troubleshooting, repairing, and on our final checkout. It's amplified so that you can hear the audio from a receiver, and it was just easier to go ahead and tape that pickup to the back of the telephone so it would pick up our audio. And even though we had to do some body work on this area, because we showed earlier we had to remove the plate that covers the receiver capsule, it didn't turn out too bad. So we want to go ahead and start our final checkout, and we're going to ring the unit with our analyzer. So we'll start a ring cycle. We're going to let that go a few times. I'll let it go one more time. We'll give you some dial tone. We're going to walk through our numbers. If you watch the analyzer, you'll watch the numbers roll by. We have a nice smooth return on the rotary. I'm going to end in a 2. Now I want to transmit into the handset. If you watch that red light on the analyzer, every time you see that red light light up, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. So now what we can do is we can press this button on the switch box. That gives us a line out, totally takes the analyzer out of the situation, and we can call a time and temp number. Now, since this is an amplifier and I have a button on my amplifier, I can push and give dial tone or take it away at any time. And the way this telephone is set up, we may get a little feedback. It can hum or squeal a little bit, but we'll see how it reacts. We'll go ahead and give you some dial tone, and we'll make that call.
Good evening. Today is Sunday, June 12th. The time is 6:04. Current temperature 88 degrees. Now the weather forecast for the Belleville area. An isolated afternoon shower and thunderstorm, otherwise mostly sunny today, high near 94. 20% chance of a shower tonight, partly cloudy, lows around 72. Monday, 20% chance of a shower and a thunderstorm, otherwise mostly sunny, high near 94. Heat index around 100.
Okay, we can hang up, give you some dial tone. We'll call my number and it'll be busy. Hang our unit up. I could hear a very slight high-pitched squeal, and that is the feedback that would normally be associated with the amplifier. Now that we know that this really cool Ericofon or Ericofon, people pronounce it differently, it's a North Electric Galion, has been repaired, we can return it to Dan and he can enjoy this telephone now. I'm sure it's going to look great no matter where he uses it. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching and have a great day.